In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Genius Brain Podcast. For those of you out there that are listening to that snap, that is not the sound of a condom. That is the sound of latex gloves, bitch. Because we keep it as safe in the Genius Brain
I did forget
world.
my face mask, but hey, I got them gloves on and I got that hand sanitizer in case anybody needs some.
We're probably all carriers.
On top of the gloves.
You know what's funny? Like when we wear this, even though we're trying to protect ourselves from it, people look at us as if we already have it.
Yeah.
It's like if I already had it, I wouldn't be coming outside, bitch.
Today exactly. I was at the grocery store this morning and I had to sneeze and I was like,
oh, don't you fucking dare.
Dude, this is the worst.
I was holding it in the whole time.
So I was telling you guys before. So before we even did our last ones, like a couple days ago, we trained. I started having an allergy attack, and allergies run like really big in my family with my mom and stuff.
Same.
So I started having big allergies, like congested nose.
There it is.
And scratchy throat. So like I ended up going to Seattle, everybody knows, right? And it was like right in the middle of this. I didn't post anything because I didn't want everybody fucking messaging me like, why the fuck are you out there? La, la, la. But every day I was out there reading the symptoms. One day I was out there, we were walking in the rain and shit. I started feeling really bad, so I got really nervous. I was like, fuck, I might be catching this shit, or I might have caught this.
You have it for sure.
But the next day I woke up, felt perfectly fine.
Because like I felt even better.
Yeah, honestly,
just
like
to make sure everybody knows.
It's like the new steroid.
I was like, I promise, dude. I promise. But I did. I felt better. So, but then I still had like the congestion and shit. So I was like, fuck. And my athlete wasn't nervous because she's out there. She's in her head. She's like, I'm getting it either way. I'm gonna get it somehow. That I'm out here. I'm like, all right, so whatever. But so when I got back here, my throat was still like, it's not sore, but like my muscles around my neck, like my lymph nodes, like when you have allergy attacks, were sore. But I woke up this morning.
Oh no!
Yeah, dude, are you getting nervous?
No,
you should kick this fool out of here.
So I woke up yesterday feeling better, and I woke up today feeling like almost completely.
This was like telling this story right now. We're all sweating our asses
we
off.
all just starts moving the couch over this way.
I had a fever of 102.
No.
Fluid in my lungs.
Hey, so that was the thing. I was like,
I couldn't breathe.
I was making sure, like, fuck, like, make sure I don't have a fever every day. I didn't. Everything felt fine. I wasn't coughing. I didn't have a runny nose. But that was the thing. What you're saying is like, because of my allergies, like, I have to clear my throat. And it's like doing that, especially out in Seattle, and then
Everyone's
over here,
looking at you crazy.
I was trying my hardest not to do it, and I think that's what started making my muscles tense up because I needed to do it, and I was trying not to do it.
You hear what fucking Theo Von tweeted? He said that coughing is a new N-word.
I know, but I'm like, it's just,
it turns heads, dude, like for real.
Yeah, and it's so funny because I'm over here like, man, I don't give a fuck, man. Give me coronavirus, all that shit. But right when someone coughs, I'm like, this bitch better get the fuck. Oh, hey, what the fuck? You sick or what?
Yeah, dude.
What's going on, blood?
I know. Get the fuck up on me. He just cough right here in the corner. I'm low-key kind of scared. I'm about to spray all this all over you.
Bro, says the guy with all the symptoms. You literally said all the symptoms.
I had no symptoms. It said a sore throat, my throat not sore.
This will just jeopardize us right now, man. He don't even care about us, dude.
I can't believe you would do this to us.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. I just want you guys to stay home, so I'm purposely getting... I'm just
Have you guys been losing your fucking minds, though, at home? Because
Yeah,
I'm getting... I mean, it's not like we can't walk outside or do some shit, right? But then, my foot's fucked, so I can't even walk for long places either. So I'm just staying at home doing nothing. I'm over here shadow boxing in front of Mariel's face, trying to sock her in the face all day. She's like, why don't you just go do it somewhere else? I was like, you're the only person here. I gotta sock you in the face. I love you.
I'm going crazy.
My first day back on Sunday, I was gonna go to we had a competition at the gym.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna be like safe for everybody. Just in case I do have something, I'm not gonna go to a big fucking crowd and possibly, if I had something, give it to somebody. So I was like, all right, I'm not gonna go. I was like, cool, I'll be able to sleep in Sunday.
Yeah.
Normally I go to work. I didn't have work that day. And like towards the middle of the day, I was like, yo, I'm bored as fuck.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Like,
you went to Smorgasburg, right? And nobody was there?
No, I know. I'm like, I showed up. I tried to go to Shrimp Daddy. I tried to get my Jumbi, but no one was there. But then Monday, today's Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm already all fucked up.
I don't even know what day it is.
Monday, I normally drive to Simi Valley. I normally have clients throughout the thing.
Are you still doing your home clients at Simi Valley?
I'm not seeing them till next week.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, Monday I had nothing to do.
How old is your client?
73.
Maybe you shouldn't see him for a couple of weeks.
Well, that was the thing. It's like, he didn't really care. He was like, oh, just come. He's like, I'm not worried.
No, good sir.
And I was no. If anything, so like I got out there on Thursday If anything, I was like, I should be feeling something by next like Sunday, right? So I told him, I was like, I'm not seeing you this week at all. I'll let you know on Sunday to see how I feel.
It's 14 days though.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So, but it's 2 to 14 days.
Yeah, but you gotta.
He's supposed to gamble it.
But don't gamble it though. Don't gamble it because he's an older dude anyway.
He's sick, but we'll see. I know. That's what I told him. I was like, I'll text you on Sunday, see how I feel. If I feel fine, like, cause he's the only one. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, all of us, if we were to get it, we're gonna be fine. But like, he's the one person that I'm like,
nah.
I don't want. If I have anything, like even with him, we have to do this now. If we have a cold or even just a normal cold or a normal flu, we can't be around him because he's so sick. So
this was before the coronavirus.
This was even
stuff.
before all this, yeah, because his immune system, he has everything. Stage, I think like 2 or 3 kidney disease.
Ugh.
He has MS. He's all of his joints. He has the craziest arthritis I've ever seen before.
Damn, this fool is hanging by a thread.
Dude, maybe you don't see him for like the rest of the month.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to him. I told him, I was like, yo, I'll text you Sunday. I was like, no matter what, because he told me to come back. I'm like, no, I'm taking off the whole week. I didn't tell him that until Sunday because I knew he was going to fight with me.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not going to see you till next week.
He's like, I want to see you now. Take me out of my misery, please. Like, please.
He's like, whatever you got, pass it on to you.
Yeah, I want it immediately.
But yeah, I won't see him till next week. And I figured like, I canceled all my clients for this week anyways on Sunday before knowing the gym was closed.
Yeah.
So I told everybody, I was like, hey, just to be safe and precaution, right? I'm not going to see anybody this week. I was like, I do feel fine. I had an allergy attack on Wednesday, but it's gotten a lot better.
Man saying allergy attack like we don't know what he got, dude.
I swear I'm alive.
That's a corona attack, dog.
Yeah, I was like,
you got the Rona, bro.
Hey, so if I have the Rona,
you got the cabrona
hey, if
virus.
I got the Rona, no mami, wait. If I got the corona, I'm happy because this shit's going away then because I'm feeling so much better.
But my man said over here that shit mutated twice already in China,
bro. It's gonna stay in your system for. So if you contracted it today.
Mm-hmm. From you, because you're actually the one that probably got it. Everybody.
Come on, doggy.
I know.
So you got 14 days. I think that's but at the same time, it's like, do they really know it's 14 days? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, they don't even know.
They don't know anything.
They don't know
about
the source or the origin for it either, because originally they were saying that. I don't want to say they, but a lot of articles were going around saying that it was from bats at first.
Yeah.
And they moved on from that, saying it's not from bats. But they know that it came from that Wuhan area.
Like it's from Chinese people specifically.
And now they're saying that it could possibly be from the pangolin, right? So a pangolin is like this scaled, it's a scaly anteater is basically what it is, if I were to break it down. I've seen like pangolin pictures before.
A pangolin?
I thought you were saying penguin.
Yeah.
No, it's called a pangolin.
Okay, that face mask kind of muffled. Hey, but stay safe.
It's a pangolin.
Oh, now I can understand.
It's
Okay,
a
got you.
pangolin.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so it's a pangolin. And apparently, so during in the black market trade, like number one, it's an exotic meat, so people do buy it over there.
Who
in the
the
Wuhan
fuck is eating that?
I don't know, but on top of that, I guess the scales are used for medicinal purposes, so that's why it's like
rhino horn for like
you
boners?
high or something. Or?
No, it's like I don't know what it's supposed to cure, but it's like some kind of Eastern medicine shit where they use the scales, and they thought it was from that because I guess the pangolin had a strand of COVID. However, I forgot what it was exactly. I mean, I can look it up right now. But there's like some kind of... It's not conclusive to the point where they know for a fact that COVID came from the pangolin. So they don't even know how it started. And I think some people were thinking that it was like some kind of biological warfare weapon, but they say that's very highly unlikely because of how advanced and how crazy this shit is.
They wish they came.
I just heard another one today. So I've read
9/11 was an inside job.
I know. I've read so many fucking conspiracy theories, right? So here's one of them that I was like, yo, this shit could kind of be true though, right? Yeah. They said like, hey, does anybody remember when North Korea was like, hey, I got a present for you guys? And nothing happened. And then supposedly, obviously, we're never going to know because they're not going to tell us shit. But they've had one case and they executed that person. But ever since then, they haven't had anything.
I feel like that's how they get down, though.
Exactly. But no, what I'm saying is, so that was that person's conspiracy that this was what their present was to the world that they were saying.
Yeah. You think North Korea is that gangster with it, though?
If that was the present that they gave, I'm pretty sure Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un would be talking about it right now. It's like, what's that, motherfucker?
I know.
I'd be bragging
I
about
already give it to you like a this one.
I heard one today. Someone was kind of saying
This
like
one?
they think
Like
they
a
think
this
it
one?
was made in China purposely to like kind of fuck with the whole world to kind of. I don't know. They were explaining all this shit, and I was sitting there listening to them as they got into it, basically saying it was going to fuck with the economy. Some person, I'm not going to say names, and that that it was going to fuck with the economy, basically stop it. So when it was going to help China's money out because supposedly like they're almost like free of it, right? They've cured a lot of people with it and that type of stuff, but everybody else is struggling with it. It was supposedly going to help build China's economy up and that type of stuff.
But I feel like they're already kicking ass. What the fuck else do they need from this shit?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking in my head when he's saying that. I'm like, all right.
Do you guys know why they call it the coronavirus?
No.
So apparently, this is from Tiff.
It's from a Mexican.
Hey,
dude,
shout out Tiff.
Shout out to Tiff. She's out in the front lines with she works at a hospital. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I guess when they look at the disease under a microscope,
it's a Mexican dude drinking a beer.
Yeah. It's actually the Corona logo.
It says no mames way.
Yeah, apparently it looks like a crown, and then a crown in Spanish means Corona.
Oh,
Isn't that
shit,
crazy?
really?
That's why they call it Corona.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
I know. It's like, why'd you guys translate to Spanish? You know,
I know. Tsingtao disease. Welcome to Tsingtao disease, man. It's weird because
that
like,
might be wrong though. I don't know.
You know, because like I own a bunch of food businesses now, and now I'm seeing all these like small mom and pops businesses suffer from this shit because number one, LA effectively 2 days ago, or was it yesterday? It was yesterday.
It was
right?
Monday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, effectively on Monday they shut down all restaurants, all gyms. Any places with gatherings above 100 people, and now I hear it's down to 50 people. So it's not even 100; it's 50.
Now they're even saying if you're gathering more than 10
like
people,
10, yeah.
no bueno, because that's how contagious it is. Obviously, it's like, dude, if Kevin Durant gets it, what are we doing? You know,
this social distancing thing. Not everybody's taking it seriously because we were just talking about how in Florida, like,
they're all on the beaches, like chilling, dude.
Even on Bourbon Street. First of all, number one, if you guys have never been to Bourbon Street before, out in was it Louisiana? No, what I'm talking about?
I've never
New
been.
Orleans.
Not New Orleans. I'm sorry, New Orleans. So I've been to Bourbon Street, New Orleans, on a Tuesday, and that shit is packed. On a Tuesday, when people should be fucking working.
Do you eat crawfish?
I eat everything out there and pussy. No, I'm kidding. No, but when I was out there, like I'm talking about when you see all these movies where they talk about how crazy Bourbon Street is, they have a bunch of spots where there's like strip clubs. Yeah. And so there's dudes out there with flyers trying to get people to come in.
That's cool.
The first time I was ever on Bourbon Street, it was for a brand deal for this hotel, and I wanted to go out and go eat some shit. This dude walks up to me, and this is how he promotes his strip club. He goes, "What's up, bro? You like pussy or what?"
Oh,
and I'm like,
"You're like, well, yeah."
I was like, "Yes, but excuse me." But it was packed on a Tuesday night, and he told me like Tuesday night's the slowest fucking day. Damn. So you could imagine how popping that place is and how much Corona's there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's still popping now or what?
I don't know. They had that video clip of the cops going through telling people to go home because they're endangering other people's lives. But they weren't doing that shit in Florida. People in Florida don't give a fuck, man.
I feel like people don't think it's a real thing. They all think, because honestly, I'm like a couple weeks ago, your boy was like, "Yeah, coronavirus, whatever." But now it's getting to the point where your boy is believing. For sure.
Vanessa Hudgens got some flack just today.
She got it too?
Well, she was. I mean, here's the weird part, right? So Vanessa Hudgens went online on Instagram, I believe. I think it was a story or a post. But let me find out what that quote. Let me just find the quote.
And that's my thing. Obviously, like I said, I know it's serious and it's a thing, but it's like, I think that's why people are taking it that way, because people that are like my age or our age, there's not like a death rate really for it, right?
It's out of sight, out of mind, you know?
Yeah. So, but why it needs to be taken serious is because I could have it and I could walk by an older person
and then boom.
And then I give it to them, and then imagine they get sick and pass away, right? Yeah. It's like, so that's why it needs to be taken.
And the more it's happening, and the less the people are aware of it and kind of taking it seriously, the more we're going to be stuck in this goddamn position where we can't work.
Let me just quote this Vanessa Hudgens real quick. People were fucking pissed at her. So this is what she said. She goes, till July sounds. So basically, I guess they released some information saying that this might be a serious quarantine till about July or August, which is a very long time. Yeah. She goes, till July sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Shout outs to Vanessa Hudgens. Your news were popping. Wait, when her news came out, was she underage or of age?
I think she was of age, because High School Musical, she was already like 17 or some shit, right?
Okay, well, if she was of age, popping. If not, disgusting. She said of a potential quarantine to her 38.4 million followers. She goes, "I'm sorry, but like, it's a virus. I get it. Like, I respect it, but at the same time, I'm like, even if everybody gets it, like, yeah, people are gonna die. which is terrible, but like inevitable.
All the likes that David said, all the likes that David said is actually in the quote.
I'm like, damn.
It's actually written in there. That's what she said.
He wasn't
I'm
hamming
like,
it
I
up.
didn't even finish school. I type better than that shit.
It's like, don't you only have 140 characters? It seems like a lot more.
You know, and the funny thing about this shit is too is like, number one, I don't. Am I surprised? Like, why the fuck are you guys surprised?
Yeah.
Some people put these celebrities on this. I'm not saying that
Yeah,
what she
no.
said was smart or anything.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's dumb as fuck.
You
but
expect it from her.
I don't expect any better.
They're
from
still
her.
people.
Yeah.
They're still like
but
normal
the
people.
other thing about this, it just like it sounds so privileged, dude. You know,
Well,
it's
that's
like
exactly what it is.
it's just
though.
like, man, you don't get it, huh?
Isn't Vanessa Hudgens Mexican?
I
I
think she's
think so.
some sort of like.
Then why you
Latina.
fucking talking like a güera, bitch? What the
know.
fuck?
Yeah.
She's brown for sure.
I don't even want it like. Actually,
Pero
no,
like-
that could be
Oh, yeah.
like fucking.
But there was no
chola.
pero in
like-
front of it.
yeah,
though,
there's
dude.
no pero.
Like I don't even care, but like basically for like I understand it, but like I don't even get it.
But if you didn't know who Vanessa Hudgens is, just by the name, you'd be like, oh, she's white for sure.
True.
But I guess she put out a public apology, and she was like, "I'm so sorry for a lot of people who misinterpreted."
she's like
what I
I'm very
said."
like sorry about
See,
this, but like
when she said misinterpreted,
really?
it's
There's
like,
nothing to
is that
misinterpret it.
is that apology though? Because I can understand if you didn't understand the gravity of the situation, you know. But
Well, I mean, she's rich. She wouldn't fucking know.
it's pretty insensitive at a time
Yeah.
like this.
She don't get a
'cause-
pass. I'm just saying, like I
Whoa, dude, why are you defending
Hey,
Vanessa
Idris
Hudgens,
Alba,
bro?
or what's his name? He had it too, huh?
Let me tell you something. I'm not,
joking, I'm
I'm
joking.
not defending Vanessa Hudgens, but I saw her naked, so it's a trade off.
Hey, Idris Alba got it too.
Yeah, bro.
Elba, whatever fucking name is.
That dude's hot.
Hey,
man.
he had that shit when he was on Hot Ones. You saw his little cough. He's like, he been had that
Hey,
shit,
you
dude.
see all the memes with him? They're like, oh, when he found out he had coronavirus, he started coughing and shit.
What the fuck?
But it's like, dude, if all these people are all getting it,
People only
that's
care when celebrities
crazy.
get that shit, but if it's regular people, they
I
don't give
know.
a fuck.
I mean, it's just a celebrity. I mean, that's because I honestly, personally think everybody's gonna get it. And the whole thing is like with that basketball player, right? That had
Donovan
it?
Mitchell.
Yeah, he had zero
He's asymptomatic
symptoms.
which
yeah.
is a lot of people apparently.
Yeah.
And it's
You
cool
know?
that this disease came out because now I know what asymptomatic means.
I still don't. I don't even know what that is.
It's
and
like-
you guys are kind of explaining.
Well,
it.
it's like if you say somebody's asexual, that means that he doesn't have a preference. He doesn't find women, male, anything attractive. Asymptomatic.
I learned something
no
new
symptoms.
again.
shit.
Like,
Oh,
I'm
so
asexual.
that's what I'm is. Oh, that's
No, I know a guy that's fucking asexual, and it's the weirdest shit on
Yeah.
earth.
So
Like,
what does he say when he's asexual? Because I'm fascinated by that.
okay, you know what? Let me just preface this with some shit. He never said he was. I know he is, but it's because
He said it with his eyes though.
I've known this guy for many fucking years, right?
Mm.
10 plus years now. And, you know, we've kicked it, we talk, we used to hang out a lot. This guy, nothing. Guys, girls. So we were watching TV. This is at our K-Town, my K-Town apartment off of Wilshire. This big old spot that everybody used to come and kick it at. So we were watching some shit, right? And it was a scene where this guy and this girl was making out. This guy's a grown-ass man, 2 years older than me. He goes, ew. I'm like, oh, homeboy's gay. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I know you was gay.
Gay as hell. And then you turn on a video of
we were
two
watching
gay
some
guys.
other shit, right? And then it was like these two gay dudes kissing, and he goes, ew. I'm like, oh, hold on, now. What do you like then? What the fuck do you like? And now that we have all this like binary stuff or whatever, I'm trying to figure out like, okay, maybe he's like somewhere in between. But the guy is not motivated by any type of sex whatsoever. He is definitely asexual.
He must be so productive.
He isn't though. This guy, yo, straight up. Let me tell you, I don't know what his motivation in life is because we've been all trying to figure out because he's such an oddball. He's hyper talented at what he does too, by the way. But one time we offered him, we had to drop off his package for. It was for Comic-Con, and he was going to go there anyways. And this is how weird this guy is. This is why I can't figure him out. He's not motivated by sex, women, whatever, not even money, because when he was going to Comic-Con, let's say you're going to Comic-Con, right? You're already going to go there. And I go, hey, Nick, I'm going to give you $500 to drop this package off to a client. Since you're already going to go there, just drop it off at their desk. I'll give you $500. What do you say?
Yeah.
He said no.
Why?
Or like, why? He goes, it's just too much work. I'm like,
what?
what the fuck? I just said I would give you $500
That's like the ultimate hustle right
Yeah.
there.
to go to a place that you're already going to, and the booth that he's going to is right
Right
next
there.
to the booth. And he still said no. I can't figure this guy out. Either way, long story short, that fool don't like pussy or dick.
I would have made a post be like, hey, I'm about to be delivering packages, you know. If you need me to deliver packages, it's only $500.
Exactly. You would have took out that 500 and exchanged it for just ones.
I know. Shit, no.
Shit. Did you? Though the craziest thing though, the Trump tweet was.
Oh, are you guys talking about it's like the China virus or some shit?
Yeah, he said it's like we'll all survive the China virus.
Yeah. Bro, this guy, dude. Literally, have you seen the video clip of him talking about, he's like, people always ask me how I know so much about the coronavirus. Like, he's talking about the coronavirus, and he's literally bringing himself into it, talking about, like, how much he knows. He's like, probably should have been a scientist or something. People say I'm a natural at understanding science.
That's because that fool has it.
He probably does have it.
Dog, if it's this contagious, he was in contact with that Brazilian guy from Brazil. I mean, that fool has it. He has to.
I mean, it's just weird that he would put. I mean, he's so fucking dumb. He doesn't understand. He just like greenlit a bunch of Asian people. It's like, yo, come on, man.
Hey,
or he knows exactly what he's doing.
Maybe you guys can answer me this because I honestly don't know. What is with these like lines at the gun stores and shit? Why are people buying guns?
Well, for
shit, why not?
Well, ever since this whole shit happened, right? People are worried about a quarantine. They're worried about a shortage of food. So when there's a shortage of food, people are scared of martial law. People are going to go fucking crazy. They're going to start robbing people. So now people are trying to get guns. So in case some shit pops off, you can pop off back at them.
Hey, but the governor from here keeps saying, and they keep saying, like, there's not a shortage of food.
There is no shortage of food.
Yeah, these stores have a specific amount of stuff they're able to get for that day. Yeah. They get it, and then it's bought out within like the fucking first hour that the store's open.
People buy everything and they're crazy.
Well, that's...
You got to go to the ethnic markets. I was just telling him today. I went to Vallarta.
Man, don't put that secret out, man. Yo, go to Vons, bro.
Yeah, go to Vons.
Hey, low key, I was driving by over in where I used to live in Temple City, or it's kind of like El Monte area on Baldwin. There's a lot of those buildings like that. And I'm like, hey, that's smart because these are big ass buildings and the lines weren't that long. Right?
So the other thing about like Vallarta and all these other stores.
What?
Vallarta. It's a Mexican supermarket.
Oh shit! Hey, shout out!
It's like Mexican Whole Foods, yo. But it's in Pasadena. But they're opening their store earlier to seniors and like pregnant women, things like that, exclusively, so they can get all their stuff and they can get the hell out and they can be safe, which is dope. But at the same time, it's like I went in there today and I thought I was gonna see a big old line. Walked in, shelves were pretty much stocked. You know, they usually have hot foods, but they weren't selling it.
People are being fucking ridiculous too. They're just out there just fighting people for toilet paper and shit. You know, at the end of the day, we still have running water. So if you take a shit, you could always just go into the bathtub and wash your ass off.
Hey, people with bidets are like, hey, fuck y'all.
I hear they're turning that into a black market too. Like, dude, people are selling that for like $500.
My brother went. So I was literally talking with my friend yesterday. I was like, I feel like bidets are probably like sold out at stores. He's like, nah, they're not. I talked to my brother last night. I FaceTimed him with my niece and nephew. And he was like, hey, I think after all this shit's done, I'm going to buy a bidet. I was like, yeah, I think that's probably like the best. He's like, yeah, I went to a couple stores. They're sold out everywhere. I was like, I fucking knew they were going to be sold out.
There was that guy who bought like 17,000 bottles of sanitizer. I saw that shit. And he was trying to upsell. He was saying that he was upselling up to like $25 a bottle or some shit.
Dude.
What a fucking asshole, bro.
But I heard they're forcing him to donate all of it.
Dude, $25
so
for hand sanitizer?
What happened was is when he was buying all of it, from what I read, he was buying all of it, claiming he was going to donate it. Buys all of it, then tries to price gouge it on Amazon. Amazon shuts down his account, and then he gets contacted by the police saying they were going to investigate him for price gouging.
That's a fine, right?
And then he donated it. So he's trying to make they're almost trying to make it seem like he's some hero. I'm like, bitch, you only fucking donated it because you got shut down and the cops were going to investigate you. So that's the shit. But like all this type of stuff that they're saying about the old people, like my grandma's actually dealing with that shit, right? I was just telling you guys, she says she has like 2 rolls of toilet paper right now. So my mom's about to mail her out toilet paper because she can't go to the fucking stores, number one, because they're telling her to stay in, right? Because she's 71 now, so they're telling her to stay in, and she says she's been to a couple stores already. She can't find any, and I posted that story on my Instagram last night about me having the fucking those soups, right? I went and finally found some soups. Yeah. She messaged me. She's like, "Hey, can you send me some? I can't find any of these anywhere." I'm like, damn. I was like, well, I only bought like 6 and I already ate like 3 of them. But
if your grandma needs some, I got a bunch. I got a bunch.
You're the guy that buys like 3 weeks worth of quarantine food and it's gone in 2 days.
No, hey, listen to this, right? So I buy those bags of chips that come with a bunch of small ones. I bought like 4 things of chunky noodle soup. I bought 2 things of the raviolis. I bought
that's nearly not enough food for you.
I bought 6 of the soups.
That's
so
Alex's breakfast.
I
by
ate
the way,
3 of the
dude.
soups.
That alone.
I ate 2 of the chunky soups already. I ate 1 of the raviolis. I've already ate like 6 of those bags of chips. I'm like, yo, I probably need to go back to the store a little bit.
Hey, go to all the Chinese markets. They have all the ramen. Is that where you went? Is that where you went?
No, so there's a little spot over here actually. So one of my friends told me about it. It's like a little pharmacy thing, and he's like, yo, we got a fuck ton of them. But they're like the higher end, I guess, like Asian style. They have like the Asian writing on them.
You can get all that shit. Like I got a bunch of Indomie, the mee goreng noodles.
Oh, first of all, I got enough noodle packets to last me up until fucking December.
For real,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
And
so-
your boy's been eating them like
nothing.
yeah. I've been eating all of them.
So I went but the only thing is like these were like almost $2 each. So I was like,
So
fuck.
you go to the Chinese market. You can get them for like I was telling Tiff about this yesterday. I got like a pack of 8 for like $2.50.
Damn, that would have saved me a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, so
man.
go over there.
Oh, my fuck.
Or I have some at the
Hey,
house.
send me
too.
the link to
I
that
got you.
spot then.
Yeah, well,
'Cause
or
I'll-
we'll just go.
Yeah, because I'll send some to my grandma because she straight up DM me today. She's like, "Hey, I can't find the anymore. Can you send me some?"
Your grandma's on Instagram.
Yeah,
That's
my
tight.
grandma's not a normal grandma,
Hey, she's
right?
tight,
What do you mean
dude.
by that?
So like, I just feel like stereotypical, right? Grandma is like, oh,
She DM'd him, dude,
they stay
on
home,
Instagram.
they cook.
I don't even know how that shit makes sense. I've never seen an old person DM anybody, man.
So like, right, the stereotypical grandma, they stay home, they cook cookies, and they're like, oh, they fucking give you milk or whatever the fuck they
Yeah.
do, right? My
grandma just give people milk. Dog, what the fuck?
Like, oh,
Do
here's
you
some
even know?
leche.
Yeah, bro.
I'm like,
Here's
fuck.
some leche. What kind of fuck your grandma is weird, dude? It's like, like regular grandmas, they just give people milk and stuff, right? Like,
Hey,
what
here's
kind
my
of
thing.
world do you live in, dude?
Here's my thing, dog. I can't talk. Anyway, but so this is my grandma, right? Remember the movie Knocked Up?
Yep.
Yeah.
She's the one that took me to see that in theaters when
That's
I was
tight.
a kid. She thought that shit was funny as fuck. She's like
What
sitting there
the
laughing
fuck?
at with me, right? She's on Instagram. She like responds to my stories and DMs.
She's like, oh,
me
that's
and shit.
lit. Hey, your new single.
Hey, this is how G my grandma is, right? 69 years old. I feel like I want to get a tattoo. My grandma got a motherfucking tattoo in our living room from my tattoo artist back in Arizona.
Damn.
She got a fucking butterfly tattoo, and then she's like, I want to get another one. Her and my mom got matching tattoos.
your grandma is hella young.
Yeah, she's 70.
She's young as
Yeah.
One now.
she's fucking young as hell, man.
Well, same with my parents. Like everybody, so I turned 27 this year. My dad turns 50, and my mom turns 49.
Wow.
Damn.
And I'm the youngest of the 3 boys. And then I have a younger sister on my mom's because she got remarried. She's 14 this year. And then my oldest brother turns 30, and my middle brother turned 28 this year.
Dang.
You ever get sad when you think about your grandma though, like she can't get food and stuff?
Yeah, I'm sad. That's why I'm like, fuck. Right when she told me that,
Like how you said, yeah, I'm sad.
because I called.
Yeah, I'm sad. What the fuck,
Yeah,
man?
dog.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the fuck?
David?
I spray all this fucking hand sanitizer everywhere.
Did you see that video of that one like Asian grandma getting chased by that dude with sanitizer? He's like, you gotta fucking wash your hands, ling ling and shit like that.
For
Nah,
real?
see, that shit pissed me off. If I saw it in the store, I probably would fight somebody.
This
Yeah,
guy,
for real.
dude, I gotta show you that shit. That shit was
so one of
bad.
the homies,
Hey, hold on,
Ricky-
real quick. I love you, Grandma. If you watch this,
Hey,
she probably
shouts
will
to-
watch this because
shouts to-
she liked that.
shouts
I
to
sent her the link. She's
Grandma.
like, send me the link, sweetie. I'll watch it.
That's awesome.
Love my grandma.
So one of the homies, Ricky, he's a trainer at the gym. His client Mark, who's a good friend at the gym, he said he was in Culver City and he saw, I guess I think it was actually his friend. His friend was some like Asian dude, obviously, and they're at Trader Joe's. Some white dude chases this guy around the store with sanitizer and Lysol and starts spraying him in the corner.
What the like in Culver City?
Yeah, bro.
this is why I thought people were buying guns because the stores I passed by were like in Asian neighborhoods and there was a lot of Asian people lined up.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a thing, and I thought maybe that's why people were buying guns.
I think that's
because of that
also a
type of
thing,
shit.
too, like-
because I feel like especially Trump saying right this Chinese virus, I can already see people going crazy trying to like beat the fuck out of
Yeah.
Asian people just because and stuff. So I thought maybe that's why they were.
Have
loading
you
up
had
on
any
guns.
experiences or anything like that? at
I'm
all?
a really large guy. Like
Yeah, that's
nobody's
true.
Yeah.
just gonna come up and say that shit until they hear my soft ass voice. But when I'm quiet though, I look mad serious. No
Oh,
blood.
I know.
No.
Shit.
Like I don't think I've had any experiences yet, but I've definitely
You're
got.
probably
a
not
couple
going to
looks.
because your ears. No,
Nah, but
no,
people
low
don't
key.
know what that means though. Most people.
A lot of people do nowadays,
And I'm
though.
a small, frail man, so you look.
You
at my
are actually.
wrist,
You're
I'm
very small. You're very
small.
weak and petite as well.
Hey man, like I said, petite, bro.
He just keeps going. Also, your teeth fall out instantly.
Hey, man,
Whenever
what's
you
up,
talk, you
dude?
just
like
catch
like
them in
Jay
his
Park,
hands.
your skin is very soft. And
Wait, you sound Jay Park? No, man.
Shit.
Maybe me and Jay Park will do.
Yo, watch this
collab.
fucking video though. This is like literally the video of the guy chasing.
Oh, this is gonna piss me off, dude.
Here, you need some. Come here.
It's like chasing her. Trying to be funny.
You know what's fucked up though is that like she's still like smiling and laughing, and then it won't hit her till later. She was like, "Oh shit, this guy was being a fucking asshole."
Yeah.
You know,
That shit's
it's
annoying.
weird too because like I like seeing these videos only because I want to see
What the
comments,
people say.
and I want to see what the demographic is that finds it funny, and I want to see who the demographic is that doesn't find it funny.
Who finds it funny?
Hood rat.
I think I was just gonna say
Hood ass motherfuckers find it funny.
Yeah.
And I think like the odd part is like I hate this because when I see the comments, the reaction to something terrible and racist is for other people to come back and say really racist shit to him because he's black. It's like, it doesn't, two wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah, bro, it doesn't cancel out.
Two wrongs don't make a white.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Hey, thanks, man.
Dude,
I'll be here every
killing it.
Thursday, man. Thursday, man. Two wrongs don't make a white.
For
man.
Asian night.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucked up.
That shit low key. Well, when I talked about last time how I get in my feelings, like that shit pisses me off, dog.
Because you think about your
Hey, let's
grandparents.
get in our feelings, fool.
Hey, we can actually touch hands because we got them gloves.
Your boy was itching his face with
Like,
the gloves,
for example,
though, so.
Hey, low-key, how hard has it been to not touch your face?
Bro.
Just because you're not supposed to? Like, all of a sudden, I'm getting these itches on my face.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You know when we were podcasting, the moment I hit that button, my eye was itching. And I just sat here trying to shake that shit off. I was like,
dog.
don't touch your
I'm
face.
like, especially at work today, because I was like moving shit around and we were like fixing bins. Like, my eye, like my face kept itching. I'm like, fuck, fool.
Somebody had pink eye that we encountered.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, double pink eye. This was like a couple weeks ago. But as soon as I realized this person had pink eye, double pink eye, your boy's eyes were itchy as fuck.
That's the same thing. Like, if you see bugs, like, say you're in your room and you see a bug on the floor, you kill it, all of a sudden you're like,
But you know why you saw up in your room, dude? Is because of where you live. That's why. So most people don't see cockroaches every day.
Sometimes that's my only company. Shit.
And you're like, hey, what's up, Hector?
Hey, what's
where
up?
you been and shit?
Hey,
Oh, you
hey,
got family now. It's like 30 cockroaches and shit.
I know. I'm like, hey, when Umberto come to the waffle, it's like a fucking fiesta.
Humberto.
Shit.
Humberto.
I have all those chips now, dog. They be chilling there eating that shit, watching that Netflix with me.
That's why you bought the 30-pack for him.
Listen
huh?
to some of these comments though on this post. He goes, one person wrote, he ain't even do nothing. Y'all soft as fuck. It's like, damn.
He
dude.
did do something. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, but these comments are going in on him, and some people are like, it's
those are the ones with like 92 comment replies.
for sure. And you already know your fucking hood is fuck when you go. This is a sign you know somebody's hood is when you go to their Instagram and in their caption there's 72 different emojis.
Yeah, for real.
Like for some reason that's like a hood thing.
They're like, I'm a king with the fucking king.
With the king, I keep it
Spilled with
100.
like 2 eyes.
Gorilla shit with a gorilla and a monkey and then like all this other shit and they have like I love
Crowns.
someone, RIP, some shit like up in
Crowns,
this stuff.
money, cars. They have those emojis.
Here's
in
another
there.
comment. Somebody wrote, but if a motherfucker did this to a black person during the Ebola outbreak, y'all be mad as fuck, and y'all still continue to say that black people can't be racist. And this is from a young black woman. Yeah, I mean, that is a good comparison, I guess,
Yeah, that's
right?
a good point.
Yeah, I feel like everybody low key is a little racist, dog.
For real, but
think-
it's like
yeah.
when you do shit like this, bro. It's like you're asking for it.
Yeah.
you know, like you're putting yourself on a platform doing fucked up shit, and like at the end of the day, this isn't gonna do anything. You know, like
Yeah.
he's trying to be funny. He's not getting a point across, and
But it's dumb. It's like that's how stupid people are. That's their entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my entertainment is let me find a Asian lady that's minding her own fucking business. And let me go try and fuck with her and make a stupid fucking video. That's the only reason why they did this. If they for real felt that way, there wouldn't be a video.
well, it's also like. These are the same kids in high school that were messing with like, you know, the special needs kids. Like these are the same kids, man. Like
See, this is the thing, and I want to bring people back on this is because number one, like there's a it's problematic when people see this and they think that this is a representation of that person's culture because that person's
yes.
black. Number
Yes,
one, it's
yes.
not. Number two, here's the thing, and this is not a defense, and I have to say this because it's the same thing that was going on about Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah.
This guy is a dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, you don't know any better.
Dumb people are going to do dumb shit. It's not excusable.
Yeah.
But to sit there and be enraged, okay, and I'm going to use this word very lightly because I found out only on this podcast that this is the word you should use. But when a retarded person does something retarded, that's what a retarded person does.
yeah, you can't
don't-
expect anything else.
You,
Yeah.
you don't get mad at a retard for doing retard things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can't get in my feelings and look at this video and be like, he should know better. Actually, he doesn't because he's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
If anything else, if you go to this guy's page, you'll listen to his music. His music is trash as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, he doesn't have good taste in music. He's not a good rapper.
Yeah, you see, what if Bill Gates did that? You know,
Exactly.
Bill Gates. If Bill Gates did that, they'd be like, oh, that guy's racist.
If I saw Elon Musk do this and put this on Twitter, I'd be pretty fucking, I might be in my feelings about this shit. I'm like, what were you thinking? He was like, well, I was trying to see if I could sanitize somebody on autopilot.
But it's like that video reminds me of the one with the guy, the Asian guy with the bottles, right? Mm-hmm. It's like the same shit.
Yeah, it's like hood motherfuckers.
Yeah,
like
fucking with him.
And obviously, like, you won't expect that from anybody else except for some dumb motherfuckers. Because when you see that video, the first thing that pops in your head for most people is like racist. Mm-hmm. But the other thing that pops in your head is, oh, this guy's fucking dumb. Yeah. Like, he's a dumb piece of shit. Whatever. It is what it is.
See, case in point, I just clicked on his fucking Instagram. There's a what is this? There is a black guy emoji with the 100 sign, with the Shaka sign, with a sand time thing, and it says big with 2 G's and sleepy Z's.
And he has a video of him in his bathroom with a shotgun and a pistol pointing at the phone. Is that him?
So he's a hood rat then.
He's a hood rat, so it is what it is, right? So I'm saying, like, I'm trying to figure out what those emojis mean. It's like, I'm a black man, I keeps it 100, Shaka for life, time is up, big sleeping.
Is that a black dude?
I'm big sleepy. And know what I hate it? That's a big thing, being in like rapping around these people. It's like the whole thing. It's like, hey, I don't sleep. Like, bitch, why not? Why not? I never understood. I see some of my friends to this day. I still follow some people. Oh man, I'm tired, but I don't sleep. Like, bitch, sleep. Trust me, you're not doing anything where you don't need to not be sleeping. Trust me,
like, yo, the funniest fucking shit is like when I see people who say shit like that, like the hustle never stops. I always be grinding. It's like, well, that sucks. Then why you still poor?
Exactly. That's my point. It's like, I don't ever sleep. Like, bitch, you also are fucking late on your car fucking payment. And you're also late on all shit. It's like, I don't understand why you're not sleeping.
Credit score.
Yeah, if you sleep, your fucking brain will be smarter. You'll be able to fucking grind better, right?
100%,
I don't understand this shit.
100%. It's like every time when I was on Instagram, and I know certain people, who are Instagram models, and I would see some shit, and then and they would put up a post saying like, this job is so hard. Working never. I was like, first of all, you don't know what hard work is. Even for the stuff that I do, I don't say it's not incredibly difficult in terms of the output, right? Versus somebody who has to be on their feet and work all the time.
Or a coal miner.
So when somebody says like, I've been working all day, and I know what you do when you just post ass pictures, I'm glad you're getting money, do your thing, but you can't sit there and tell people who work 24/7 say, I'm grinding and working every day.
Yeah.
It's like, I know what the fuck you do, bitch. I'm in your industry.
Yeah.
I sell ass pictures all the time.
Even our job, like we work a lot, but I don't know how you felt about it. My job. Our job is fairly fucking easy.
Yeah.
Training people.
There's definitely times where you get people that require a lot more work, and I feel like I might have more of those people. But in general, like I enjoy my time with my clients.
It's an easy job, and
except for this guy.
And it's very small spurts. Like, say I have 4 clients a day, and say just luckily they're all hours, right? That's 4 hours of work.
Yeah.
And really, like, what it is half the time is you set shit up. They just want to talk most of the time, so you're doing it. But like, I understand that, like, when I was working, I was just talking to someone today. I kind of forgot how much I was working, like, when I first got here, because I didn't know anybody. So for me, my whole thing was like, I'm gonna fill in time with work. Because like, I don't know, like, I don't want to go home and just be home all day and not do anything, right? But like, at one point out here, I was working at Best Buy part-time. And then I was doing dog walking, which dog walking is actually a hard job.
I just had the funniest fucking picture of you walking dogs, man.
Dude,
that shit is hilarious.
That shit 20 dogs on
that shit was low-key fun. We used to take packs of like 6, and all of our dogs are good. They didn't have to put on leash. We used to go to like Deb's Mountain. They used to run around and listen to us. But that's one of the hardest jobs, because that's a job you cannot call in sick. If you're sick, you still have to walk the dogs, because these people are paying you because they're at work for 10 hours, all that type of stuff. You can't be sick. You guys still got to take the dog out. So I was doing that, Best Buy, and personal training. So I remember during that time, my schedule was so tight. Like, I couldn't really change around anything. A client wanted to switch this time, but I can't do, because I have to go do this at this time and this at this time. I need to make sure I can drive here.
It gets hard.
How much do people pay for dog walking? How much is that shit?
Like,
yeah, good question.
$25, $30 a walk or some shit like that.
Damn. And you're doing like 25, 30-minute walks?
Yeah, hour walk sometimes, stuff like that.
I just walk for the fuck of it. Maybe I should just walk people's dogs and shit.
Hey, dude.
Some little side money?
So, I don't know. Doggy. It was my friend's company that was doing it, so I don't really remember like fully, but yeah, I think some Some people, it depends on how many dogs are coming too. So like if it's only one dog, it's obviously more expensive, right?
Yeah.
But like if I'm gonna bring them into a pack, and it all depends too. Like if they wanted us to hike the dog, that means I would have to go pick up the dog, bring them to a mountain, hike them.
Oh, they wanted you to take the dogs on hikes and shit.
So that's what we were doing.
Fuck that.
So
dog.
there was a couple times like throughout the week,
Fucking dumbass bitch.
I would go just to the house.
I would love to do that. Sign
I
me
would
up.
just go to the house and walk the dog around the neighborhood right for an hour. You know, we always take pictures, send it to the owner so they know.
I want to play with all the dogs. That's
and
my
then
dream.
Other times we would take the dogs with the pack to like a mountain and go hike and shit, right? And it was cool and all, but at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I remember the time I bought a Golf, like a Volkswagen Golf, and I was so stoked about it. And this was a good job opportunity with me. I started doing it while I was at Best Buy, but it eventually led to me being able to quit Best Buy because I started making good money off of it. Whole car permanently filled with dog hair, permanently smelled like dog, and it just kind of fucked up everything. So I kind of was just like, man. But that shit was fun. Yeah, you can make good money off of it, but it's something that you cannot quit from. And so, like, I was doing that, and I remember back in Arizona, it was worse because that in Arizona was the time where I was actually on my feet. I used to work at Burger King and Best Buy, and I was full-time at both at one point.
How big were you when you were working at Burger King?
That's where I put on all my weight.
I knew it. I don't know a single person that worked for a fast food that didn't gain like 30 pounds.
Dude, no, I swear that's... And the whole thing was like because the food's right there, so you know, just eating fries and shit and stuff like that, and
you would like make
food.
the craziest fucking meals for yourself.
Oh, what's a meal that you made
all the time
on Burger King? Like, tell me your top favorite foods when you worked at Burger King, because a homie who worked at McDonald's would always tell me like his shit that he always did. That's why I started putting hash browns into the sausage egg McMuffins.
Ooh. So low key, right?
Yeah,
so there's two.
Bomb.
There's two of them, right? So the fucking fish sandwich from Burger King is actually straight fire, right?
What? Better than the Filet-O-Fish?
Dude, I'm telling you,
I didn't even know Burger
Alex,
King
you don't
had
know
a
shit.
I didn't know they had a fish sandwich there.
So this is what I do because normally they'll put like tartar sauce on it, right? Whatever. So fuck that. Get the bun. Get the bun, right? Put some lettuce on it. I think I put a little bit of mayo on it, just a little bit. Put the lettuce on there, tomato, cheese on top of that, and some ketchup all over that shit.
Some what?
Ketchup. That shit.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. What'd you say, dude?
Bruh.
Is that an Arizona
hold on, ready? SLAP, my guy. That shit's solid.
But we should go back to, what's that red sauce called again?
Ketchup.
Dog,
Well, you
ketchup.
said it so weird.
Ketchup.
Ketchup. You said catch up. Catch up is what you do with
Like when you're walking dogs and you're like, yo, catch up.
Back in the day we used to rap, you'd be like, catch up. So that's why. Hey, so what a ketchup, whatever, put that shit up on there. And then so that one was that shit fire. I'm telling you. Go in there and be like, I want the filet of fish, or not the filet of fish, fuck that. That's McDonald's, fuck McDonald's. You go to Burger King, you say, I want the fish, the big fish, but lettuce, a little bit of mayo, cheese, tomato, spray some ketchup on it. That shit slap. The other one was you know those long chicken sandwiches that they sell there?
Yeah, that's the only thing I like at Burger King.
Original chicken sandwich. So here you go. Ready? So normally they put mayo.
Hope you guys are taking notes, by the way.
They put mayo, lettuce, and that's it. That's all they put on it, right? Low key, what you got to do is you can still put mayo, you put lettuce, honey mustard. They have a honey mustard sauce there, but that shit slaps. For some reason, that honey mustard with that type of chicken they use for that type of shit, I don't know what it is. That stuff dipped in that honey mustard, that shit went.
No, you should do trash food reviews, dude.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm
can
telling
I
you,
do it with
dude.
you?
Yeah,
when I worked
dude.
at Giant Rockets, your boy would do like heinous, terrible things.
How long did you work there till you got fired?
I didn't get fired, dude. I left on good terms. I've never been fired from a job yet.
What'd they fire you for, though?
I didn't get fired. I didn't get fired.
Nah, and I still got one more, though.
Oh, shit.
I got
What's
one
up?
more.
What's
Okay.
the last one?
What we would do was the tender grill sandwich.
Which is that?
It's
like a chicken, like a grilled chicken one?
Yeah, it's the grilled chicken sandwich. So what I used to do is, because they used to put it on a different type of bread. I used to put it on normal Whopper bread, even though it would be a little too big for it. But fuck it, you know what I'm saying? That one I would put mustard.
These are like deep cuts.
Oh, sorry, not mustard. Fucking mayo, lettuce, cheese, tomatoes, and then I put ketchup and then barbecue sauce all over that shit. The barbecue sauce they had there, dude, that was my shit. But yeah, that shit was fucking good. And then we used to always fuck around and make some weird shit. Oh, one more thing, right? Dude, this shit was like good. We used to have the little slushy machines. So we used to do Coke and cherry.
Yeah.
We did milkshakes and like ice cream and shit. You put a little bit of Coke first, And you go to ice cream, you put a little bit of ice cream in it, Coke, ice cream, Coke, ice cream. That shit was so
Dog, were you like
bro,
400 fucking pounds? Dude, like, god damn, what the fuck?
My 400 pound
telling you,
life.
dude. Dude, some of the times I used to eat that, we used to have that stacker sandwich. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
That shit had the most calories out of every fucking
So you just
sandwich.
shit your pants all the time.
Dude, I'm telling you, but that shit was good. And it helped me out a lot, too, because, you know, Arizona at the time, I was making $7.25 when I first started at Burger King, right? So you're making zero money. So, but I had free food all the time. And I remember when I started, I was doing Burger King 5 a.m. just for a small moment of time. Burger King 5 a.m. to 1, and then Best Buy 2 to 10. So I would go from job to job, and I did that for a little bit, both full time. But it was good because I was still broke as fuck because I didn't know how to spend money. Like
when
right
you worked at Burger King, like what was your job? Were you
Everything.
drive-through? Oh,
everything. I was
okay.
technically an assistant like manager, but at those types of jobs, you go there's 19 assistant managers working.
Assistant to the regional
Yeah,
manager.
so basically, right? I was fucking Dwight there. And so, but yeah, so like it was saved me a lot though because I could eat free food all the time. So it was
Yeah.
even to the point where I wasn't even working that day. I could still drive, and I would just go into the kitchen, make food, and leave. Like no one.
I don't think you're supposed to do that, bro.
You're not, but no one cared.
But back
Right?
then, though,
You're
dude,
not.
that
No.
you can get
And it
away
was
with
funny.
murder over there.
I know my pops loved that shit too, right? Because when I used to get off, I used to text him and be like, "Hey, Dad, I'm leaving. You want something?" Yeah, I'll just take something small though. I'm not that hungry. I'm like, all right, what you want? Can I get a large double Whopper meal, onion rings, and then can you bring me another extra cheeseburger and then one of those apple pies? I'm like, fool, that's not small, motherfucker.
What the fuck?
So I'm leaving with like a whole thing. I just call my dad motherfucker. I would never call him. They beat my fucking ass and hear that shit. But yeah.
Because his dad is still 36. That's why.
I know. Hey, my dad used to be a scrapper too. No, but that
in
shit
his
was
prime,
fun.
dude.
That was fun. But I used to get the hook up there, dog. We used to have this little thing. Hey, I'm probably about to fuck up so many jobs at Burger King, dog. They have this little blue card you swipe and you press like manager meal or employee meal, right? Employee meal is 50% off, manager 75%. My old spot, they would go swipe employee 50% off. Swipe manager, you get 75% off and 50% off, dog.
I think that's how it goes at all restaurants. Like, because when I worked at Giant Rockets, it was like that too, bro. People, I remember this one girl. She would. A lot of the people I worked with at Giant Rockets were very terrible at their job. There was very few people because it was like.
Is that why you got fired?
I didn't get fired.
Oh, okay.
I got fired.
Yeah, I could tell. I would have fired you too immediately.
Bro, keep it G. Your boy was the best server there. I don't want to lie because I took my job seriously. I took that shit like I would run the tables because also there'd only be 2 servers for the whole restaurant, and obviously the other server I would usually work with was kind of like trash. So most of the time I'd be running around all over the place, and your boy would be kind of sweaty running to like table to table, and people kind of respected that, and they would give me a little extra tip. Your boy got tipped out a lot.
Ooh,
Man, I've never been in a food service industry where, well, I own them now, but I've never done the waitering part.
Yeah.
I don't think I can with my personality. I got too much attitude.
yeah.
Yeah, because honestly,
know.
you have to be passive. Like
I
my
would
bitch
never
ass.
get a fucking tip to save my life, dude.
Yeah.
Because if somebody gives me attitude, I have to spit in their food.
And a lot of people,
I
but
think
you know
that's
what
law.
though? Most of the time, like everybody was really cool. Like there was very few times where people were really rude to me, but everybody was actually. One time, this one guy, I was giving him change for a soda. I was giving him change, and then he tried to give me more money so he can get better change, or I don't know what. the fuck.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, sorry, sir. Like, I already, did the thing or whatever." And he was like, like he looked at me all crazy, and I was like, "All right." And I gave him extra change, but it was at the time we would have to bring our own change. We couldn't use the register.
Yeah.
So we had to use our own change. And then he looked at me and goes, "You gave me extra change, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's all right. No worries. Like, it's a rush. Like, I gotta get you out." I was like, "Don't worry about it. It's all good." And he goes, "Well, does your manager know that you're
my
taking
God.
money
I
out of
bet
the register?"
bitches
I was like, "Oh, well, it's actually through my change, so
Hey,
it's all
don't
good."
touch your face, yeah? Okay.
I was like, so I was like, "Oh, it's all good." And he looks at me like really disgusting, and he goes, "I thought Asians were supposed to be good at math."
I'd be like, oh shit, hold on.
Why
what?
didn't you stab him on the spot?
He's like holding him by his neck, like,
See,
oh, what?
This
What was
is
that?
when
I'm sorry?
I wish I had corona. I was like,
I looked
you are
at him.
going to die in 2 weeks.
I looked at him and I was like, "Haha, but I'm not," and I just left. And then but it was cool because the people at the bar that were sitting at the bar that saw everything that went down, they like looked at me. They're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and I was like, "Nah, it's all good, whatever." And then they fucking tipped me out. But afterwards, I was like, in the moment, I was like, "Yeah, whatever, fuck that guy." But like 5 minutes passed. And I was like, yo, fuck that dude, bro. And I actually went outside, and it was dumb, but I kind of went outside to like kind of like
look for him.
I don't know what the fuck I was gonna do shit probably.
Nick has his thumbs like this. He's like,
I was like, hey, what's up, dude? And I wasn't gonna do shit.
I liked working jobs like that though because of interactions like that. So like growing up, I'd always hear about like, oh, I worked in here and I had this crazy person. Like
You were just waiting for that shit to happen.
dude, I loved it. It was so fun.
You
to
wanted
me,
to smoke.
dude.
You wanted to
I
smoke.
wanted to see like how people react. And there was like the bad ones and the funny ones, right? I remember one of the ones that annoyed me the most is we used to sell bags of ice at Burger King.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because you're in Arizona, it's hot as fuck.
Yeah,
out
so
there,
you could buy bags of ice there, right? Which was kind of annoying because
Was that normal in Arizona?
yeah, I think so. I thought you could like
Was this an actual Burger King?
Yeah, bro. It's not like you worked at a bodega.
I'm
my
like,
guy.
It was like, yeah, it's called ketchup, and we look at the bottle. It says CA.
I'm like, nah. I'm like, technically it's called Meat Prince, but we good. No, but what's it called? So we used to sell bags of ice, and a lot of places do it, like Sonic and shit, right? They sell bags of ice.
Really? Mm-hmm. Do Sonics do that?
I don't know if they do it out here. I don't
It
know.
has to be Arizona because
Yeah,
it's like
it sounds
1,000
like
degrees out
Arizona.
there.
Yeah.
'Cause
So-
like they also sell tires and shit. There, you remember? It's like, no, bro, they don't sell tires. at
Oil
Burger King.
changes at Burger King.
So this bitch, right? She comes up to the drive-thru. I'm like, hey, how can I take your order? This is her question verbatim. What does your ice come in? And I say, comes in bags. No fucking shit, Sherlock. And I'm like, and everybody in the kitchen turns and goes, because like, and I don't know about every fast food, but it has intercoms even for the cooks to hear it too, so they can do it. And I look at everybody, everybody's just looking at me. I'm like, excuse me? Yeah, what does your bags of ice come in? I don't need a smart ass remark. I'm like, it comes in bags. She's like, I'm fucking coming to the window. She comes to the window. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I guess there's a confusion. She's like, yeah, there is. I'm asking you what your fucking bags of what your ice comes in, and you think it's funny to say bags.
but
I'm
what
like,
does she mean?
Exactly. I'm like, but you're asking me what it comes in. No, like what does it come in? Like packs of 2 or what? I'm like,
Oh, that's a different question.
I said that's exactly what I said. She's like, I need to speak to your manager. So I call him over there.
Dog, I would have turned my hat around this way. I say, "Hello, manager." I was like,
So she comes over and he's like, "Well, what's going on?" He's like, "Yeah, your employee has an attitude." And he was like, "No, ma'am. Like, I heard your question over the intercom. You asked what ice comes in. He answered in the bags. He's like, she's like, oh, so you're gonna have a smart ass remark too?" It was like this big ordeal, and then she dips out. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
You should have pulled. You should have pulled the AT&T thing that we experienced. We're like, I am the manager.
I am the manager.
Dude,
I know,
can we
fuck.
talk about AT&T real quick?
Yeah.
These
But-
go
ahead.
These motherfuckers have the worst customer
This
service.
podcast is brought to you by AT&T.
Yeah, bro. We went. This
More like
dude
Cricket
came
Wireless.
with me. Dude, this guy came with me
On
to
that
the
mug.
store, and we were experiencing some billing issues with AT&T through Tiff's plan or whatever. And they they said they were going to credit our bill, yada yada yada, and they just kept like ducking us, bro. They were passing us around to different people, like, oh yeah, like, oh, the billing cycle isn't up yet, yada yada. They came up with every fucking excuse in the bag, and every time we wanted to talk to the guy, the manager that would allow us to do the credit or whatever, they would get passed off to this other guy, like, oh, I'm actually the manager.
Yes.
The AT&T store has 15 managers, bro.
So I went with him because I worked at Best Buy, right? So I kind of know how mobile works because I was an Apple specialist and I was a mobile specialist. I did both. So I was telling him, I'm like, no, basically what's happening is that the guy doesn't want to come and talk to you.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling him because every time, so remember there even came a point I asked him, I'm like, yo, so then why did he tell us to come at 1?
Bro, the dude told us to go back the next day at 1 o'clock to get a confirmation from the manager who authorized this credit.
Yeah. So I even say, because it happened like 3 times, and this is how I knew they were fucking with him, because one of the guys that came up and talked to us at the end, it was the guy I said that to, he'd even told the other employees, hey, I'm going to lunch. I heard him say that.
Yeah.
So he's going in the back and stuff. They come out. He's like, oh, he's not going to be able to talk to you because he's on a call and he's going to be for a while. So I even say, this is not even my ordeal. I'm just going there with Nick because we were there at the time. I'm like, so why did he say to come at 1 if he was going to take a phone call that was going to be an hour at 1?
Yeah, bro. And he was like, oh, yeah, he's going to be free at 1. Come back. Dude, it was the most. I wanted to sock all those fools up. I wanted all the smoke.
And then the guy has attitude. One of the guys, it was this heavier set guy, has an attitude. And I'm just looking at him like, oh my, because I know this because I worked in retail. And that's what I was telling him. I'm like, no, Nick, basically what it is they don't want to fucking talk to you guys. I know this from experience.
Tiff has been dealing with this shit since December, bro.
Yeah.
What? How much money they owe you?
They owed us like $250.
Oh shit, that's
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and it was insane. Like the amount of bullshit and disrespect these fools laid out on us was insane, dude.
Yeah.
And honestly, I had to tell. I would go in with Tiff, and I would tell Tiff like, "Yo, stop with the attitude," because she was so super pissed.
Yeah.
And I had to tell her like, "Yo, like you yelling at that, or you getting really upset and worked up, and telling this guy your problems with another manager, and you kind of like getting mad at this dude isn't going to help the situation."
Yeah.
But then afterwards, I was like, "Yo, are you fucking kidding me?"
And he goes in there. He goes, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, I want to punch all these dudes in the face," because the way they talk to you is like we're fucking dumb. Like,
Yeah.
like no. We know what this is.
People are so fucking odd, man. Like it's just hard sometimes. Like I wonder if these people have ever been punched in the face. Because
That's what it is, dude. And they think that they working. And honestly, it's like customer service should not be that way.
because we've all been in customer service and we
Yeah.
understand what it is to have their job. So it's like I've never done that to people.
This guy was telling us like, "Oh, well, we can't give too much credit over the month because it looks bad on our store, and then
Yeah,
we
that's
can't
all
get
it is.
Not my problem.
bro."
Yeah,
and
that's
he's
all
like,
it
we can't get promotions, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, I'm sorry, but you promised us this.
You don't work there.
That
Don't matter to you.
Sorry, dude." And I wish it was different circumstances, because then we wouldn't have wasted all this time at this goddamn store. And we knew all the guys that worked there, bro. I literally knew. I met everybody on staff, and they all, right when we walked in, they were like, "Oh, what's up, dude?" The only dude that was like chill with us was this one Armenian dude with glasses who was like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry." And then the one Asian dude
Yeah.
that was trying to like hook us up.
Yeah, he was trying to do it.
And the one little tiny guy that was being a fucking really rude asshole.
The guy that came in when I said that shit.
I saw that guy at Shake Shack like a couple weeks ago, and I looked at him, and he was like, he looked at me, he knew where I was from.
You should have fucked them up then. It's like, what's up, bro?
low-key, I was like,
you can't eat burgers without teeth.
But I know that, like I said, from experience, that's the whole thing. And I was telling him that I'm like, the reason why this is such an issue is because it's going to affect somebody. It's either like a bonus, because at a lot of these places, like the more signups and the more fucking add-ons you do, which is kind of what happened, it looks good on you, which can affect a bonus and that type of shit. And when you have to take it away, it looks bad.
Yep.
So that's what I was telling him. All it is this is affecting someone. That's why they're trying to do everything in their power to do it some way. They're trying to figure out a different way to do it when all they should have to do is pretty simple: go in and refund it.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple in that sense, but there's a lot of ways to do shit to get around this where you don't have to do that where it looks like that.
Yeah.
But that's all they were doing. They were just fucking with you, and that I know it's
AT&T at the Hastings Village.
Yeah,
Pasadena.
them. No, but
Shout out to them.
I feel like I've always been a good
For real, dude.
I've always been a good a salesperson.
Yeah.
Because of how I am. So I've always been nice. Even when people were mad, it even came to a point where sometimes, like at my old store where I used to work at in Arizona, I wasn't even a manager, supervisor, or anything, but they used to actually let me go and talk to.
Yeah.
Like supervisor would be like, "Hey, Alex, can you go talk to this person?"
Because you have to be calm and cool and collected. Like if you show any sign of like, well, you're being rude to the customer.
Yeah.
Like
It's all professional. You have to be
Yeah,
professional,
dude.
which I do credit Best Buy because a lot of these stores, when I go to them, I'll see their customer service and I'm just like, yo, like, I don't know how the fuck these people have jobs, right?
For real,
because
dude.
my old store, we were so strict on everything. Like everything had to be, but if I were to wear these shoes, they would have gave me a marker and said, "Hey, you can fill these in or you can go home and change your shoes." That's how strict they were. They had to be all black. And
Well, that
type of
all
stuff.
depends on your management who runs stores, right? Because
That's
it's like-
exact. It starts from the top, dude.
So it's like, it depends on who the management and who's hiring, because it's like when I worked at the men's warehouse, every men's warehouse was different depending on who was running it.
Yeah.
Majority of Best Buys I've been to have been hot trash though.
Oh, exactly.
Like,
So that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
hot trash.
When I came out here and
Shout
like
out Best Buy.
Yeah, when I came out here, so I'm an old store, right? They send us to induction training where they're teaching you how to sell and build rapport with customers and all that type of stuff. We were super strict on customer comes into your section, they need to be contacted within 30 seconds of them entering in. And literally our supervisors are watching us to make sure that we're doing these things. Because if not, they would talk to you, pull you aside, make sure you're doing it. So when I moved out here, because I was a salesperson there, I was in some things like in branded payments, which is credit card apps. I was top in. I was really good at sales. I had a lot of top numbers. But when I moved out here, it was super fast. Like my move out here was very unexpected to a lot of people. I had to just try to pick any job I could. So I ended up out here as a part-time merch. So when I did, they didn't really know about my sales. So I would sit there and watch some of these people sell and how they were interacting with customers. I'm like, how are these stores like functioning?
Yeah.
Like these people have zero customer service. It's so crazy to me.
It's like the way some people act is like the people that work at the store, like the customer owes you some type of bullshit. Like it's the weirdest thing.
It's hard because like number one, it's like I said, it's about how you hire staff out, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times when people look at part-time jobs, specifically, this is a problem in college students because we have this with our spots, right?
Too.
Yeah.
College students are the hardest people to hire, and the reason why is because they are in college and they're going for a degree for a job that's bigger in the future. So they think that the job that they work at right now is beneath them.
Yeah, it's like
and so
Yeah,
that's how they
It's
treat these
such-
retail jobs, and also too, conversely, some of these jobs like Best Buy. Unless you have somebody who's a good manager that can relate to the employees why it's important to be a good worker, it's not going to happen because it's top down. And number two, there's no incentives at Best Buy.
Yeah.
So originally for even something like the Men's Warehouse, there was before it acquired this other place called something Tuxedo. I forgot what it was, but I was in Tuxedo.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The tuxedo spot. I think I know what you're talking about.
Friar Tux?
Friar Tux is one of the ones that they acquired, but they
Men's Warehouse.
yeah. So they also acquired
Good for
something
them.
else. They Felix or some shit like that. There you go. But they basically, for every rental that we did in around prom time, we would get an X amount of commission. So let's say I rented out like a $200 tux, I would get a $20 commission on that shit. $100-something tux,
That's good.
I would get a $10 commission on it,
Yeah.
which is great. So we would fucking hustle our asses off because of that incentive. Best Buy people who are salespeople, they don't get a fucking cut of anything.
Yeah, no commission.
Even something small, right? Like anything would be great, and they would push these sales even harder. There's no incentivization. I don't know how it works from the top down. Maybe they figured out that it doesn't really help, but that's also because of the people that you hire. Like if you hire good people that are motivated, then your store actually does better, and if you give them great incentives.
Because it was like when I worked at a restaurant, I knew that if I did a really good job for my tables, I would get a nice tip or not, right? It's very, you don't know, but you'd rather shoot your shot and be the best you could be for that table and provide the best service you can to that table. So if you do get a tip, that's awesome. If you don't, then you're like, all right, well, I did what I could. There's nothing else I could do.
People even have a problem with like tipping culture too, because they're like in the States, they're like, well, some people don't believe in tips. And other people believe that, the waiter should be paid a great wage, so they shouldn't have to receive tips. I think, okay, you're fucked. You're going to get the Rona, bro. I'm sorry.
Hey, my
You're
bad.
exposed, bro.
Yeah, this fool tore his glove.
Jesus, dude.
But the problem with that is
Smaller
like,
hands.
this is the issue too that a lot of people don't get right. So let's say we raise minimum wage. We raise minimum wage to about, let's say, $16 an hour. Great. These people can make a living and they could live a good life. Here's the problem though. What they don't realize too, when these small businesses, they don't make a lot of money and they raise minimum wage to $16 for everybody. Guess what? Half the staff is fired now. And now there's no more part-time workers. Everybody's full-time. And so they're like, well, why are we getting fired? Because we can't afford you now. So now not only do you work full-time and you have to work longer hours, now you have to be worth that $16. So the requirement for your job now isn't just that the fact that you're 16 and you're capable. I'd rather take the dude that has, I don't know, experience, has a college degree. I'll take you instead because I know for a fact that you are going to work those $16 an hour and you're going to work really well. So there's an issue with this too, because a lot of people are like, well, I'm a waiter, I deserve this stuff. That's true. However, I agree that you do work hard, so you're going to get paid that. But the other workers who don't, they're also going to get fired.
For real, dude.
I think incentives are big though too.
That's why I like tipping culture. It's an incentive.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't own a business or anything, but like personal example, right?
We're all dying. Fuck it.
Yeah. When I worked at Best Buy, there's something called branded payments, right? Which is credit card apps. And I know I'm good at talking to people when I need to. So like, if I don't know people, I don't really talk to them. But if I'm in a professional setting, I can talk to absolutely anybody. It doesn't matter to me. So I was really good at talking to people, getting people to apply for the Best Buy credit card and that type of stuff. So for about 7 months, I was top of our store, and I started getting into like top of our district and top of our territory, right? Because I would have like throughout the month 40 to 50 people applying for credit cards every single month because I knew how to explain it to specific people. I knew how to explain it different ways to kind of get people's mind wrapped around how it's going to benefit them, right? So then they started doing this thing called induction training, right? for these credit card apps, I got nothing, right? And it was just like part of my job, whatever. Okay, it's part of my job. I got to do it. That's how I've always worked. So I go to this induction training. I was an Apple lead. So there's something happened to our store where normally they wanted 3 people from each store to go together all the time. All this, not all of a sudden, but something happened to where I had to go by myself. So we go to this induction training, and we're sitting in our store like blocks, right? And I have nobody, so I'm sitting at someone else's table. The induction person's talking, whatever. We do class, and then they ask like, oh, so let's see who the stores are in, right? They start listing off stores, and everybody's raising their hands, and they're like, my store. I raise my hand. They're like, oh, you're here by yourself. I explain it. Later on, we get down to branded payments, right? So I'm last, like I'm in the back, right, sitting by myself. They ask like, oh, so what do you guys get for getting branded payments, right? Someone's like, oh, we get a drink every time we get one. Another store, oh, we get our tickets. We get tickets every time, and at the end of the week, we put it in and we get a raffle prize, right? And then shit just kept adding up. Like, oh, at the end of the month, it goes into this or this. If you get a certain amount, you get lunch, right? It gets to me. They're like, she's like, oh, Alex, what do you get? I'm like, I get nothing. And everybody starts laughing. And she's like, no, what do you really get? I'm like, I get nothing. She's like, aren't you like top in territory? I'm like, yeah. So immediately right when I heard that, right, my performance at my work changed, right? I went back to work like, yo, why am I trying so fucking hard to get this shit?
Yeah.
All these other stores are getting it, right? And it's funny because when, a lot of places like this, when you do a certain amount of work, right, and you over exceed, they just expect that from you all the time. So I dropped from getting 50 every month to like 20 or 15. And like after the first month, it was already an issue where they come and they talk to me. They're like, hey, so what's going on? I'm like, yo, I'm not going to lie. Went to this induction training. I had to go by myself. Everybody knew that. Every store had the list of shit that they get for getting the certain amount of credit card apps. They're like, yeah. I was like, we get nothing, dude. And I'm over here busting my ass trying to purposely get them. I'm getting an insane amount every month. I was like, and this is 7 months straight, and I've gotten zero from it. I haven't got a raise. I haven't got nothing from this. But all these other stores, that's why they're trying to get it so much. I was like, look, and they're getting so much. They're getting all this stuff, and they're still not even getting as much as me.
Yeah.
I'm like, so like, it bummed me out, but that ended up changing it for the store. So like the week after that, it was, if you guys get 2 credit apps in the day, you guys get a free drink. Or if you get something like this, you do this. If you get a specific amount, and all of a sudden, of course, right, our fucking credit apps, I'm not the only one that's getting fucking all the credit apps. People are starting to get some out, and it's evening out. I was still getting a lot. I was really good at it. And it was funny too, because there was points and times where the store was slow. One of the managers would be like, all right, if someone gets 5 credit apps today, I'll buy them free lunch. I'm like, shit, I'll get free lunch today. I would straight up get 5 credit apps, right? Yeah. And I would do that type of shit. And then I remember one time they asked me, they're like, hey, we want you to teach a class on how to do credit apps, branded payments and stuff. I'm like, there's not that much to teach. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, you just ask everybody. Just tell it. Just tell everybody, right? And I remember
numbers game.
Yeah, but it's literally like you have to tell everybody. And so I remember I went to class, and this one fool, I remember his name too. I ain't gonna say his name because I fucking hate him, and he smelled like shit, right?
What's his name? Just say it.
No,
it was literally his lips almost said it. It was like Robert.
But catch up. They had me teach this class, and I'm already like, I don't want to fucking do this, right? Like everybody knows how to do this shit. Why do I need to teach it, right? So we get there, and I was already heated because I had to get there at like fucking 7 in the morning. I was tired. I get there, and the motherfucker is like, all right, so what are you going to bother with us today? I was like, bitch, shit. Maybe if you knew how to fucking get a credit app, you wouldn't have to be here.
Yeah, that's shitty
and
attitude.
Everybody was like, what the fuck? So the manager to me, he's like, Alex. I'm like, dude, I don't want to deal with this shit. I'm like, this kid's fucking annoying anyways. Yeah. I don't want to deal with it, right? So I go in there.
So this guy knows you don't like him?
Yeah, I don't know. I never talked to him. He's one of those guys. Best Buy has like 80 employees,
So
right?
what's his name?
So basically,
I'm gonna get that name, dude. I want that name, dude.
But so I remember telling them, and they're like, "So what is the technique?" I'm like, "You just ask everybody." And that same kid, I do. I'm like, "Obviously you don't, because you're here, right?"
Yeah. It's like, how do you ask them too?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe that guy, man. What was his name?
And then so he would literally ask me. They asked me like, give us an example. I was like, okay.
His name is Tree Frog.
I'm like, no, his name is Howler Monkey. So they asked me like, give us an example. So the person, I was like, all right. So a customer walks in, I see them. I give them about 5 to 10 seconds to walk around and start looking. And I want to immediately bombard them right when they get in there, right? So it doesn't feel like, oh, fuck.
You did this motion, so you punched them.
Yeah.
You
so
sock
then
on the back of
they do. I said, hey, guys, how you guys doing today? Whatever like that, right? They say, oh, we're good. And then it comes to the point where like, oh, did you guys have any questions? You guys looking for anything specific I could help out with? And they say no. Right? I was like, so what's everybody's normal reaction? They're like, oh, we would sit there and be like, oh, okay, well, let us know if you have questions or try to start small talk. And most of the times it'd be like that. I was like, my reaction is, oh, okay, cool. Well, just so you know, if you guys are looking around at stuff, we do have a branded payment. We have a credit card. If you wanted to get some extra stuff, this would give you this much of interest, no interest financing, that type of stuff. Just so you guys know about it while you're looking at stuff, so you can have that in your mind to where I want to get this. I don't have enough money today, but maybe I can try for that credit card. I was like, that's what I did. Even if someone said, I want zero help, I made sure that, okay, cool. Well, just so you know, we do have a Best Buy credit card. In case you're interested in that, we give this no interest.
You know what the hard part about Best Buy is? The reason why I always say I don't need help is because you don't know anything. That's how it is. It's like, they're like, would you like any help? I'm like, from you? You don't know shit.
But that's the problem is like you get these people that are unqualified.
Low key, some people actually know a lot of shit, but high key, a lot of people don't.
Exactly. Like when I was looking for something very specific, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was I'm sorry, it wasn't that specific, but it was an SD card, right? But I needed an SDXC card, right? Nobody knew what a fucking SDXC card. They're like this. I was like, no, it doesn't have a fast read rate. Like,
that's like the higher end ones for like these types of cameras.
Exactly, and they didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. And I was like, I need it to be SDXC 2, and they're like, I don't know what that is. I was like, dog, this is your department.
Yeah, bro.
And you'll see the price difference too.
And also just look for those letters, dude.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So honestly, when I first started there, I didn't know shit. Like I was in computers. I was just good at selling shit, right?
Yeah.
So like computers, all I did, and this is the whole thing. It's like people don't like to do research and shit, but Best Buy, they literally when I used to work
picked
there,
up on it.
No,
right?
but they have cards, and it literally would explain everything in the computer. But at the same time, it's like I go a little extra with jobs, right? So I would purposely go to Geek Squad and talk to them. Like, oh, what does this do? What does this do? What does this do? Because I don't want to sound like an idiot, right? But when someone's like looking for something, like,
most people in sales though, like they try to do it's the sales tactic. That's right. But then there's a lot of people, like, for example, like me, I probably already know about the stuff that I'm looking for more than you do, right?
Yeah.
So for example, when I went to go buy so I got a new car recently, right? So I went to go get the 4Runner. Now the sales guy is really nice. Very, very fucking nice guy, right? Me, on the other hand, I know what I want. I know how much I want to pay. If I want to sit there and haggle out for the next 3 to 4 hours, I could probably get the price that I would like.
Yeah.
But I don't have that time. My car broke down. I needed a car today.
Hey, shout out to that Honda Element. That shit was hard.
Yo, man. I miss
Catalytic converter.
I miss you
Come on,
so
baby.
fucking much.
So
you have
hard.
no idea, man. Rest in peace.
Ooh,
that car was such a
RIP.
piece of shit. I didn't even have the back seats in. I said, I'm gonna come and bring that back for you guys. They said, we're good.
So like,
They said, it doesn't
We're
matter.
gonna scrap it anyway.
I was like, I'm gonna bring, and I brought it over, and they're like, we don't have any use for this. You could just put it there. They're gonna throw it away. I was like, hey man, the disrespect, bro. But I went to go get this fucking car, right? And he's like on his salesman tactics. So this is what they first do. I first of all, the price of the car, what I can get for the lease. Obviously, they don't really incorporate the tax and whatever, all the other shit, right? It's online. You can just calculate it out, and you can see how much you can get it for a lease. I'm not really going to buy it. Well, this one I'm probably going to buy at the end, so that's why I didn't really care.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take away from the value of the car at the end of it, as long as the interest rate is fine. So I went there, and he goes, all right. He goes, all right, bro, this is what I could do. Armenian guy, of course. This is what very nice guy. Very nice guy. He goes, this is what I can do. For the car, for at least, we can do about $920 a month. I was like, for a 4Runner? I was like, excuse me. I was like, $1,000 a month. I was like, bro, I owned a Tesla. That's almost as much as my Tesla. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, listen, this is what it is. I need to get this car in 45 minutes, all right? And I need this car today. So, or I can come back tomorrow. He goes, no, I can only give you a good deal today. I was like, I literally looked at him. I was like, that's not true.
Yeah.
But he was like,
who's ever believed in
exactly.
that?
I was like, that's not true. But This is what it is. I want to spend about $700 on this car max, which, by the way, I told him if I haggled this out with you and I went to a different Toyota, I could probably get this for like about 600 to 500 bucks a month. But I'm telling you 700 right now, just because I have a feeling that I'm just going to buy this car at the end of the day anyways. I just want to get it leased right now. It's better for tax write-offs.
Yeah.
So the guy comes up. He goes, okay, let me talk to my manager. I was like, bro, there is
go.
no fucking manager. I legit looked him in the eyes. I said, there is no manager. You're going to go back. Nothing's going to happen. You're going to pretend and you're going to try to keep me here longer. I said 45 minutes. Once that 45-minute mark hits, I'm out. So don't talk to a manager. He goes, okay, let me just see what I could do. He goes back. I'm like, cool. He goes back, comes back 10 minutes later. He goes, what I can do is about 800. I was like, I just told you 700 or no deal. Yeah. So, and I started getting up. I was like, all right, bro, I'm going to leave. And he was like, okay, let me talk to my man. I was like, there is no manager.
And secretly he goes back. He's like, he doesn't believe me. There's a manager. But I keep telling him.
I gotta talk to him.
He's like sweating his ass. He comes back. I see in his back suit, his ass is just sweated through. And I'm like, bro.
His cologne is even stronger.
Yeah. He's like, boss, the cologne's not working on him. I don't understand. I'm trying to block his senses. He can breathe fine. It's his tiny little Asian nose. But he comes back. And so I was just so irritated at this point. I was like, all right, this is what it is. I'll lease it for 4 years. Right, 4 years, 12,000 miles, and then we'll do it for about like $750. Fine, I'm okay with that. I was like, it's already way more than it's worth. It's probably $100 more than I can get it for. But let's just get this signed out and go. He goes, all right, man. Like I'll see what I was like. You can do it. This is not a good deal. This is an average fucking deal because I got a 400 that's kind of like top tier. Yeah, and they kind of like overpriced it a little bit.
This shit goes hard too, actually. No, low key.
And this fool comes back, and as he's about to leave, the model that I have comes with a Yakima roof rack, right? And as he's leaving, he goes, I'll see if I could get you that roof rack too. I was like, bro, it comes with the model. And he turns back, he goes, are you a fucking salesman or like what? I'm like, no, bro, because I've seen my dad. I've seen my dad do this already. So when I got the Jeep from my parents, I've seen my dad haggle. He doesn't take shit. They need to sell these cars. Yeah, and it's not like I'm asking for a great deal. I'm asking for.
Do you want to go home with money in your pocket, dude?
Yeah. Exactly. I was like, just.
Do you want the commission? Like, what do you want, dude?
I worked at a car dealership for 2 weeks. And I didn't like it.
Literally had every job.
I know, but I didn't like it because of that. So Best Buy is not commission, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little easier, even though people still act like it's commission at a lot of spots, right? Because they do watch like your notional margin and that type of shit, right? But when I went into the car sales, I did it for 2 weeks. I'm like, yeah, this isn't for me. Because you could just see, number one, like all those people there were dicks, like, because I was like the youngest salesperson there. Because what it was is my old supervisor got let go from Best Buy because they did a restructure. He went there and he kept asking me like, hey, yo, come and work for me over here. Come and work for me over here because he knows how I sell. I went there, I did it for 2 weeks, and I was the youngest guy. All these other guys were fucking old, and they were all like assholes. And I was like, I just want to beat the living shit out of every single one of these guys, right? Because they're all dicks, number one. But then it was like, it's like, I wasn't a huge fan of the commission thing. And I think
it's like a certain amount of sales that you get, and then the commission starts being decent,
exactly,
right?
Yeah, because some spots have base pays. And then if you end up selling more than your base pay, you get more than your base pay. But if you don't, then you get the base pay. That's a good dealership. Some dealerships don't do that. Some dealerships, it's only commission.
That's a tough gig, dude.
Yeah, it is. It's I'm not saying it's too hard, but it's kind of too hard in the sense of like,
it's like, do you really want to spend your time?
That's what I'm saying. Like most people don't think that they have to be knowledgeable about the stuff because I feel like a majority of people who come to buy a product, they're laymen. They don't understand a lot of the stuff. Yeah. And so like when I was talking to him about the car, I was laying down everything that I like about it. This fool didn't know shit about the fucking vehicle. Yeah. He goes after a while, he just like, I don't know about this stuff. And I'm like, because I was asking him just to see if he knew. I was like, so the new ones come with adaptive cruise control. He goes, no. I was like, all the 4Runners, they're still the same. I was like, not with the 2020 though, because this one comes with adaptive cruise control.
That guy had the worst experience because when David goes deep on something, he goes fucking deep.
I was like, I know
this dude was in the wormhole, bro, like with 4Runners and shit.
And I think that's why I was good at selling because I cared, right?
Yeah.
Like if you came in and I wasn't scared to do this. If someone came and asked me questions and I didn't know, I was never scared to be like, you know what? I don't know. Let me check. Or I can see, let me look for you. I was never scared to do that.
Well, it's genuine too.
Yeah, and that was my thing. And I used to hear people lie and shit, like just make up shit. And I'm listening to them like, yo, why are you doing this? This person, because you're lying, they're most likely going to come back. And it's not like a pleasant visit when they come back, right? But that was my thing. And then usually like if I like shit, that's
like the people at AT&T.
Yeah, like because I was an Apple specialist, right? But I loved Apple, so I knew how to use Apple. So that's why I was Apple specialist, because I knew how to use it. Usually if I like shit too, I mean, I could sell the fuck out of it, right? Yeah. And I usually try to get people to buy shit all the time. Like fucking, remember these shorts and shit, right? I was blowing that shit up.
He sold us the other day.
He's the worst salesman ever, though, because he just does it by force.
Buy this, dude. Buy this.
This fool, the amount this guy has pressed a deep fried sushi roll on me is the most offensive. This was like, but it's true though. It's been about like, I don't know, damn near a year, and he finally got me to eat that mango.
I know.
The skin
You do wear on people, huh?
I'm good at it, dude. I'm telling you, I could sell it.
I was okay. This dude was showing us these new shorts at Target, the All Motion or something. I was there yesterday, and I was going just to buy duct tape. That was literally the only thing I was gonna buy. Your boy was in the All Motion section for like 15, 20 minutes. Like, oh man, is this the one that Alex has? Like, which one? Which one is it?
I got 3 shorts and 3 shirts.
I know, dude. I'm telling you, if I like something, I will get people to fucking go to it. Like
they were really good shorts.
My chiropractor, I because I like him, I try to send everybody to him.
So can I say something about that?
Yeah.
So when you were telling me about your chiropractor, I was always like, all right, whatever, yada yada yada. I went. The last day of our marathon training I did with Bart, and my knee just gave out. Like, and it just hurt so bad. And he goes, yo, dude, like, you should talk to this one guy. He's a sports guy. He really likes working with, like, athletic populations. He's a chiropractor. He's in Monterey Park. As soon as he said Monterey Park, in my head, I was like, if this is the same guy that Alex was talking about, I'm going to jump off a bridge. And sure enough, he's like, yeah. He was talking him up. He's like, he does like 2 hours with you. He won't let you leave until you're fixed, yada, yada, yada. He pulls up the Yelp. It's the same fucking guy.
I got to go to this guy, man.
Yeah, we got to go. Let's go.
I'm telling you, he's worth it, dude.
I'm sure he's free now. Actually, no. Well, he's still working, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think places like that are still
There's only like one person.
Yeah.
But yeah, like food.
We got 2 hours.
Food spots and shit. You know, I'm always, if I like it, man, I'll try to sell it.
Bro, you should be the #1 salesman for Howlin' Ray's.
That'd be perfect.
Hey, shout out. Hey, sponsor Dave.
Yo, first of all, hey, let's talk about this though. Fuck this guy, because first of all, in the beginning of the year, we all did a weight loss bet, right? This motherfucker, the next day we trained, he came with
Hey, gang shit.
Gang. This motherfucker came. He had powdered donut powder on his lips. I was like, dog, what are you eating? He goes, I had to get me some breakfast.
He's like, pre-workout, dog.
I was like, we literally just did the bet yesterday, dude.
Pre-workout.
Hey, no,
meal.
I couldn't cut weight because of coronavirus. You know, I couldn't.
You ain't Kevin Lee, bro. This one came with this, and then a week later, this was like, hey, you try fucking Howlin' Ray's? You mean the fried chicken sandwich, blood? This fool doesn't give a fuck about. I think you gained weight during the weight loss.
Hey, low key kind of did. Shit. Hey, coronavirus, thanks for saving me, dog, because I can use that as an excuse. You know what I'm saying?
Well, guys, this wraps up with the episode of the Genius Brain podcast. If you guys want to watch us, well, first of all, you can check them out at the BigggMad podcast.
Yeah.
And that's Alex. That's Alex. Was it
GGF?
Yes.
.ggf.
And you can find Nick at Nick the Ear on Instagram. You can find this podcast everywhere. As you can tell, this podcast is I'm fucking up my English. It's all pure nonsense. We're just there to keep you busy on your commute and just chop it up with you and just make sure you're not bored. Oh yeah, during the quarantine, bet you this podcast is popping. Yeah. See y'all next time. Peace.
Bye.